what are some of those prisons that you've seen? Because you've worked with, Greg's literally traveled all over the country, worked with some of the top leaders of all types of organizations, giant mega churches in different areas, different all over the country and all over the world, and business leaders all over the place. Like, what are some of these prisons? How do they end up there? What happens there? And how do people get out of this prison, Greg?
Well, you know, because of my background and because whenever you ask questions like that, my mind instantly goes to things I've said to young people for years. Mm-hmm. And out of that, you know, that famous bestseller called The Word of God, I can't help but use that as a drawing board. But please understand that these are just truths. They're whether they're found in this book or that book, they're truths, and they work. And it would be this: having lost sensitivity, they gave themselves over to sensuality, so as to indulge in every kind of impurity with continual lust for more. So we start with sensitivity. And when we lose our sensitivities, we move into sensualities, which become impurities, which we end up needing more. Now, the more we clamor for more, but that's not, there's an unhealthy more. It's where you're saying, the fix that I had last night is not going to help me because I've desensitized my heart. Mm-hmm. How do people get into jail, that kind of a jail? I think through compromising their true them, their convictions. Mm-hmm. And so now the downside of that is that people who hold to their convictions can sometimes become spiritually prideful, culturally, they become prideful. Well, look at what I did. I have not failed here and there. And that is not a place to be. That is not a place to be a prideful superiorist. Is that a word, superiorist? Moral superiority, where you take on a sort of spiritual swag that makes other people feel insecure.
So when you're talking about moving in from, like, you're working your butt off, and then these triggers are showing up, or these things that make us want to, like, how do we start sedating from the pressure? How do we start handling all this? And that's where people start going to, like, man, hey, I'm just going to drink a couple glasses of wine at night. Then I'm starting to drink 3. And then I'm going to use alcohol to actually calm myself down. I'm not an alcoholic, or whatever it is. It could be cigarettes. It could be food. It could be massive amounts of sugar destroying their body. It could be going to porn. It could be going to sex like crazy. Whatever that is what it starts breaking down us in different ways, because we're not doing healthy habits. We're not doing things that are building our bodies. We're not doing things that are building our mind. Where like I'll use Netflix sometimes as the date.
Yeah, of
course. I mean, I'm fried. It's a long day, literally 14 hours of like questions and things hitting all day, and I just want to zone out. I don't want to see or talk to anybody, but I'm using Netflix or Prime to sedate sometimes and watching whatever random show is on, and I'm just like, oh, I'll watch just an hour, then it becomes 2, then it becomes 3, then I've wasted 3 hours of my life just trying to get my mind to shut down, and I start creating this prison, essentially, like you were talking about, or other things. Like I'll go to the sugar lately. Like the last few months, it's been like sugar. Like I have these cravings, but it destroys my body, and it really has massive impact, which people don't even talk about enough. Is how bad sugar is.
Absolutely. But what I marvel about you is how your mind works and how your entrepreneurial gifting and wiring just has produced lots of results in ways that I've never seen in my own personal experience. I have a different lane, and there's grace for your lane. There's grace for your lane, everybody. There's just grace for your lane. Get out of your lane, no grace. So you got to know your lane, and you're not a multi-lane, and no one's absolutely everything. You got to find your place. If you want to be dynamic, then go specific on things and focus. Do the hard work. We hear this all the time, you know.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out even my own lane. Like, where exactly is my great gifting and talent, and how do I really stay in my lane and make sure all my time and all my energy is doing the right thing? Like, I like launching businesses. I like building leaders. I like helping impact people and share, like, just share, here are the problems I have. I like working with leaders and people and entrepreneurs, and even like pastors, leaders, organization leaders, whatever that is, and helping develop them and giving them stuff that I wish I had known literally 25, 30 years ago. And I wish I had applied, not just learned, but applied all this stuff years ago.
Yeah.
And then that's what I'm trying to figure out. How do I do this? How do I give out the right information at the right time to the right people so it changes their life and they're not committing suicide, they're not getting depressed, they're not ruining their marriages, the relationships aren't falling apart, businesses aren't falling apart. Like we just, how do we energize the whole world around me so things all rise together?